To ask the Scottish Government how it ensured that the views and experiences of young people, in particular LGBTQ young people, were reflected in the new draft guidance, Delivery of Relationships, Sexual Health and Parenthood Education in Scottish Schools.
Cabinet Secretary.
The views and experiences expressed by children and young people through the Young Scot and Scottish Youth Parliament reports on personal and social education have informed the work to develop the revised draft statutory RSHP teaching guidance. The draft guidance was influenced by the work of the LGBTI Inclusive Education Working Group, as well as a wider range of other stakeholders. The Scottish Government is currently consulting publicly on the revised draft guidance. This includes specific engagement to gather views of young people on whether the revised teaching guidance meets their learning needs. Officials will take into account this activity in developing the final version of the teaching guidance, which is due to be published in the new year.
Ross Greer.
I'm grateful to the Cabinet Secretary for that answer. I was on the Education Committee when we received evidence from queer young people in particular who told us that they resorted to watching porn to learn about sex because the education they received in school was so poor and not remotely LGBTQ inclusive. The new draft Relationship, Sexual Health and Parenthood guidance is a vast improvement on its 2014 predecessor on both LGBTQ inclusion and on key themes such as consent. That's to the credit of young people in groups like the Youth Parliament and TIE campaign. LGBTQ young people were key to producing this draft, and having their confidence will be key to its successful delivery. So can I ask the Cabinet Secretary how the Government is maximising opportunities for them to provide final feedback during this consultation phase before it is put into use?
Cabinet Secretary.
I'm grateful to the member for his support in the development of the revised guidance. As I mentioned, we are running an engagement project to gather young people's views. The Scottish Youth Parliament and Young Scot will facilitate face-to-face sessions with representative groups of young people and run a survey to seek their views on the revised guidance. This will run in tandem with the public consultation and will be reflected in the final version of the teaching guidance, which will be published in the new year. LGBT young people are also encouraged to contribute where they can or to engage with representative organisations like LGBT Youth Scotland, Stonewall Scotland or LGBT Health and Wellbeing to help them contribute to the consultation. I was very pleased to be able to see some of the benefits of the TIE campaign's hard work when I visited Castleton Primary School recently. I was delighted to be able to make a presentation to Castleton to mark their achievement on becoming the first school in Scotland to successfully and fully implement LGBT inclusive education. And I enjoyed seeing the young people's pride in showing me how their school was an inclusive and supportive environment for all of their pupils.